Well, something funky happened there. It was all of the crashes in GT4, I think, Hydra, that sent everything into meltdown.
Yeah, I think it was a combination of that and the ludicrous track temperature that Willie has set for Oulton Park. I think it's cooked everything.
Yeah, must have cooked my PC as well. Yes, big apologies for that. We've made a couple of technical changes in the background to see whether that solves the issue, but there is a chance it could happen again, because this has been a fairly regular issue on my PC. I've still got the IT guru that is Dan Hyde working on trying to sort that. We thought we'd cracked it, but obviously not. But we are back with the racing. So Johnny Seville continues to lead. Gap is just over 3 seconds now, so looking pretty dominant.
Yeah, I feel like my prediction of did I say night was gonna I feel like that prediction really hadn't taken into account just how powerful those Alpines seem to be on this track. The Porsches were quite prominent at Imola, as we see Knight running a bit wide there. Might end up dropping the position, but he takes the inside line.
Yuval Sharon right with Ash Knight. So these two battling over 4th place. It is Seville from Dixon from Dendy. Then Knight, Sharon, Richards, Matheson, Hearn, Bain and Shipper is your top 10. We seem to have lost Johnny Ash along the way as well. So about the same time as our crash, I would suggest that Johnny's had one as well.
Yeah, it's it must be something in the water. Yeah, no, it's...
Ooh, talking of crashes, who's that up ahead? I think that's possibly Jovan Kovacic. It is indeed. It is Thunder. Now, did he hit the barrier? No, he fell short of it. Phew.
Yeah, he's just currently showcasing that McLaren on the edge of the track.
Indeed he is. Let's return to that battle between Knight and Sharon. Ash Knight has just pulled away a little bit whilst we cut away, but Sharon will come back at him through other parts of the circuit as well. But these two running identical cars, the two Porsches there. So at the moment it is Alpine, Porsche, AMG, Porsche. So it's looking like a bit of a Porsche track, this one.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, there's so many Porsches in this league that I feel like any track with these lads is always going to be looking like a Porsche track. Just with the like when you throw enough of them on the track. But yeah, no, I have a question for you. Is Knight running any livery, or is this just like a really slick, minimalist, nice pastel yellow livery he's running?
Well, I've done the full livery download before we got going today, so I'm going to suggest it's some kind of slick minimalist livery. Should we also go find out whether Willie Black's livery worked or not? Let's see. Well, it's the right colours for him, but there's no stickers or anything on there, so I don't think it's worked.
Nope, not at all. So you will notice that his team is they're magically delicious, and that context was missing also last week when we had no idea that he actually has a bunch of Lucky Charms references plastered around the car.
I'm going to suggest that this one is a Willie problem. I mean, so to speak, obviously. But yes, I'm going to guess he hasn't uploaded the files correctly. It can't be a me problem. I can't get the blame for everything.
Yeah, he is. Oh, we have a McLaren off up ahead.
BP, and Ben P has actually been really struggling in this race. So this is now a battle for the lead in AMS. Ryan Davies to the outside into the chicane, side by side there, but we've now got 1, 2, 3 for the lead here. So Davies looking for a way up the inside of BP, but BP just pulls ahead. And now you've got to look to Mazan on BP's round again. So that's where he had problems earlier on. And now Davies does lead the AM class, but has Mazan right behind him. And these two will battle it out with Didier Reuters also right with them. So the front three all together now in GT4 AM class. We're riding on board with Didier Reuters.
This is the sort of close pack racing I absolutely love watching at the GT4s. Just no room for error. Just you have to be right on the money the whole time.
Ryan Davies is not right on the money. He's run out wide.
Yeah, exactly. And now that's going to cost him. Yeah,
here comes Mazan in the Alpine. Up the inside into Old Hall. Ryan Davies tries to hang on round the outside though. If he manages to hold that on, that'll be beautiful, and it was beautiful. They'll now head down the hill, down towards Cascades, going side by side. Tricky to do. And Mazan now looking for the switchback as Davies runs wide. So Davies has he's held on to it though, and has come back on track. Remains third, but we have yet another new leader in GT4 AM. That is our third leader in half a lap.
It's like Hell's Kitchen up in P1 for the AM class. Just so much pressure to hold on to it. Yeah, I suspect we could see another change as we have our first drive-through for the race.
It's Hamish Eisner. They've obviously picked up a drive-through for track limits. We're waiting for Stevie Bain to get his. It can't be too long now. Old drive-through Bain. But the battle is back on for fourth, Knight and Sharon. So Sharon right up on the bumper of that fourth place Porsche once again. But I want to keep an eye on that lead battle for AM as well, because I think Ryan Davies has just got himself back ahead of Didier Reuters. He has. So this order changing all over the place, but Mazan has got away a little bit.
Yeah, he's found himself with a little bit of clean air. His goal now will be to just let those lads behind him battle away for the rest of the podium spots.
Reuters runs wide, and BP now looking for a way back past. He moves to the inside towards Old Hall. Not quite alongside yet, but he will be as they head into the braking zone. And BP, recovering from a couple of difficult moments, gets himself back up to third in class ahead of Didier Reuters.
Yeah, that McLaren just with the straight line speed, just able to find a gap, but he runs wide.
Just as I cut away from that, you're right. He was running wide, but he's now right back with Ben P as well as they head into the Shell Oils hairpin. But Ben seems to have that one neatly sewn up at the moment. You see a stalking Irishman in the background though coming to join this party. Willie Black getting the hang of things down in AM class, and that Janetta starting to bring him closer to the front of the pack. Mazan leads this AM battle from Davies, then BP, then Reuters, then Black. And you can see three of those five there as BP struggles in the chicane once again. That's at least the third time this race that we've seen him struggle through there. And that bunches these right back up. And look how close Willie Black is getting to the back of Didier Reuters now as they head up the hill. They're going to go side by side up towards Druids, are they? No, Willie decides to back out of that one. But he will come again, trust me.
Yeah, I feel like whenever I'm watching Willie racing in oNiD leagues in the last 6 months, thereabouts, I'm not sure if you've watched the Adam Sandler classic Happy Gilmore recently, but there's a restraint being shown by Willie that is just reminiscent of Adam Sandler. This is some cracking battles all around. As we have the Aston just getting a little bit wobbly on the exit. It's going to give room for, that's
Stance behind. Yes, this is Heike versus Sarah in a battle of the light blue machines. So Heike with the Racing Stronger with oNiD livery ahead of Sarah Stant with the Kvetch Motorsports, or maybe it's K. I don't know. I'm going to go with Kvetch. Why not? Why not indeed? Just check.
I'm not going to stop you.
Thanks. Just checking back on this Reuters and Black battle. Willie still looking for a way past the Aston ahead of him. Willie's dogged when it comes to a battle, though.
He's finding it Willie Twicky.
Oh my god! How long have you been preparing that one?
Too long. I've noticed Eastner hasn't popped into the pits yet to serve their drive-through, which is a bit curious. Maybe they'll be leaving it till the very last lap, or going in this lap perhaps.
Yeah, when you said last lap, I was thinking, crikey, they won't have enough time. And then I looked up and there's only 2 minutes left. This one has absolutely flown by. Mainly flown by because PC was switched off for part of it. But he's now into the pits to serve their drive-through penalty.
Yeah, Sharon there with a little bit of a drift coming through that corner, the lakeside one before the hairpin, mounting the pressure there on, I believe, 4th place. Yeah,
it is. And just in case you're wondering, poor old Hydra is having to pick up on what's happening about 2 seconds after I am, because we've had to kill the in Discord stream just to see whether that takes a little bit of pressure off the PC to get us through tonight. So sometimes poor old Hydra just a couple of seconds behind, but that's been said about you before, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like we're operating on I've turned off my targeting computers, Luke, and I'm just operating with my eyes closed. I'm just tuning into the midichlorians with the force, and I'm just kind of sensing what's going on around Oulton. But my skills are a bit rusty as of late, so I'll leave all the instant reactions to yourself, and I'll just I'll react like an Internet Explorer browser, like a good 3 or 4 minutes later.
Very good. I understood the Internet Explorer bit. Everything before it didn't understand a word of it. Willie Black has got past Didier Reuters now, though. Reuters we just saw getting a bit sideways in the background. They're not too far behind Hamish Easner, who has now come out of their drive-through. Johnny Ashley, check. He's living the dream. Down in 25th with a heavily damaged Merc. So that'll be a cheery Johnny. Meanwhile,
yeah. Default Johnny, perhaps.
So Johnny said something very, very cheery this morning in a Discord chat, and so Jimbo said, "That's it, save it, record the time, 9:32 a.m." Johnny was happy. By 9:33 a.m. it had all gone to shit again. Oh, excuse my language.
Well, I'm sure. Thank you to Mercy Caller for the exclamation point Johnny in the chat, because to answer Adam's indiscriminate use of a bad word, it's if you're not sure whose fault it was probably Johnny's, and in this instance, absolutely it was.
Certainly was. Now, the only person whose fault this was Johnny Seville, as he takes the win in dominant fashion. 5 seconds clear of teammate Miles Dixon. Will Dendy's going to come across the line in 3rd. And then we've got Ash Knight, who held on from Yuval Sharon all the way through that race. Anthony Richards then across the line in 6th. Craig Matheson is 7th. Daniel Hearn crosses the line in 8th. Stevie Bain in 9th. It's Michelle Schipper there. McNichol is a lap down, but finishes now. Joseph Koifel finishes in 11th. We then got Petr Jelinek in a very colourful McLaren coming across the line in 12th. We'll then pick up on Richard Mazan, who is going to take the win in AM class ahead of Ryan Davies and Ben P. Hamish Easner comes across the line 16th. Then got Willie Black 17th. Didier Reuters 18th. Rob Jacks brings the KTM home in 19th. Luke Sherlock is still looking for the answers in 20th. Artur Lazewski 21st. Graham Jackson 22nd. Max Savchuk just coming out of Lodge Corner now and will take 23rd. Heading up to the line now and across the line. Johnny Crash is looking very damaged, but he's going to limp across the line in 24th. No rage quit from Johnny, of course not. Pulls it over straight away. Craig Fairweather in 25th. Alberto Lintz is already back in the pits in 26th. Stant 27th. McNichol 28th. Van der Veen 29th. Zvonimir Burek 30th. Tony Law 31st. Norman Bruce 32nd. And Jovan Kovacic in 33rd.
Yeah, I hadn't realised we had such a large grid. Just chucking it around Oulton Park. I do want to shout out, it looks like Richards had a fairly good finish. I don't recall him qualifying that high, so it was I think seeing a Merc up amongst all those Porsches was nice to see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's very Porsche dominated that result. With the exception of the two Alpines out front, and actually an Alpine taking the win in Am as well. So good night so far for Alpine. We've got one more of these to come in this Oulton Park double header, and I expect we will get more of the same.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have just the one qualifying for both sessions, so we're going to be going straight back into race number 2 now. So yeah, just to go back on my earlier point, Richards qualified in 8th, so he made a few spots up in the last race, which is great. Obviously, Michelle Schipper kind of dropped back after some contact and stuff. So it'll be very interesting to see if it all shakes out the same, because it looks like Seville and Dixon, like, did they even swap positions at all during the race? It was just Seville flag to finish.
Yep, absolutely it was. Just in chat, a couple of the drivers jumping in there straight away. So Stevie B, big celebration for him. Only one track warning. Well, congratulations, Stevie. ETR Warrior, thanks for the follow. If anyone else watching hasn't yet hit that follow button, then please do so now. It'd be great to have you along with us for the ride long term. A bit of inside information from Dendy here. When Jenson Button, name drop, used the Alpine in SSR, he was dominant here and at Donny. So there we go. Petty Jelinek says, hard one. Well, I mean, be careful what you share in public, you know. Yuval Sharon says,
sharing is caring, okay?
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, I suppose so. Yuval Sharon says, nice fight with Ash. And very sweaty now, and on to race 2. Miles says that the Porsche is faster. Dendy congratulating Miles and Jimmy on their driving. So there we go. All kinds of stuff going on chat. So good to see the drivers getting on, being all friendly.
Yes, but what I do notice is that there's a distinct lack of Dendy typing mid-race, which we saw last week at Imola, and I suspect that's due to the length of the start-finish straights and the other straights available.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the chat is great. Like, we have had kind of supporters from various drivers up and down the grid making their way in, so that's always great to see, as well as the few familiar faces as well.
I've driven across that bridge.
Was it as pixelated in real life as it was here?
Yes, that's accurate. That is very accurate.
It's laser scanned.
Yeah, no, that's the main way into the paddock. Oulton Park is only about an hour away from my house. And I seem to remember once, me and the missus had been in Chester, and we just popped in there on the way back to see if there was anything going on, and there was a track day on, and you could just walk around the pits and walk around everywhere. It's great. Anyway, we are about to go racing again. Jonathan Seville on pole once again with Miles Dixon in second. Here comes the green flag, or the green light, and here it is. The two Pulse cars side by side again. You also see Dendy and Knight side by side. Will get himself up into third, early doors again. Seville holds the lead though from Dixon, but watch Ash Knight getting the run on Dixon, gives him a little shove, and then Ash Knight gets fired off because he got a bit squirrely after touching the back of Dixon, and then there was contact with Dendy as well. So Ash Knight off into the kitty litter. I think we've got a problem for Craig Fairweather possibly as well, and maybe Didier Reuters. Yeah, Reuters with a lot of damage. Jovan Kovacic with a drive-through as well. Don't know how he's picked that one up so early on, but this is what we've got out front. Seville from Dixon, from Dendy and Sharon. And yeah, unfortunately, a few incidents on lap 1 this time, Hydra.
Yeah, I wonder, would the drive-through for Kovacic be just from like speeding or like being out of position at the start? I wonder. But it looked like Dendy had a similar kind of like a signature move as we see the tyre barriers becoming not so much of an obstacle anymore as they're like shifted away from the track. But yeah, no, Dendy sending it into that left-hander again, very similar to race 1, but obviously with the kind of wobble that that Knight had in front of him kind of just caused a bit of a consternation.
Yeah, do you know what? I wish those tyre barriers would cause some damage. Not because I wanted to see Seville pick up damage, but because it would just be realistic, wouldn't it? I mean, if you hit a tyre stack like that in real life, you are going to get some damage. Just ask the British touring car drivers. You will do. But nothing doing for Seville. So he's 1.2 clear already. And Dixon has actually got mirrors full of a black Porsche. So Dendy just trying to stick with Dixon this time around and bring a bit of a battle to the front of the field.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a different complexion to the start of this race now that Dendy's just straight up into P3. He's got that kind of room to attack early doors. As you see, it takes just a different line going through that hairpin.
Yeah, we just drop back to the chugga train in the middle of the field. I don't know why it's a chugga train, because the train doesn't go chugga really, does it? It goes choo choo. Anyway, I think I've lost the plot.
Chugga.
Yeah, that's where I was getting it from. Chugga. Okay, yeah, I've officially lost the plot now. But Johnny Ashley is the locomotive at the front of this train. Oh my God, stop it, Adam. With Bain tucked in behind. He's the first of the carriages. Maybe he's first class. No, you've got to stop it. But Ashley just getting away from the front of this one now. But it's looking pretty close in the midfield. Look at all those cars streaming through together. As they head up into Druids. And Bain just running a touch wide there, kicking up the dust.
Is there a track limits warning in there? Who could say?
Is it a train track limit warning? Move on, Adam, move on! Oh.
You know, it's funny, I was just seeing in the chat that we were complimented on the great coverage we have. And you could just tell that was made before we had devolved into train talk.
Oh, it's very kind of you to say we. That was very much me having a senior moment, I think. But you're very kind to say we.
I boarded at the platform. I knew what I was getting into.
ETR jet plane, thanks for the follow, much appreciated.
All the modes of transport represented at owners, I see.
Come on, we need a boat to follow us, please.
There are no Bentleys in GT4 racing, sadly.
The Merc used to be a bit of a boat, but it's not so much anymore. It is really good. I thought it would have got on a little bit better tonight as well, but no such luck. We've just picked up on Ash Knight here, who... Let's just keep an eye on how Ash gets on. Oh no, Bain's got a drive-through. Drive-through Bain with a drive-through. Well, I mean, yeah. Might as well live up to your name, I suppose. Yeah. I'm also confused. As Ben P goes off at the chicane again. He's really struggling with that chicane.
No, that wasn't so much struggling as he got a helping hand from Knight from behind. Just, yeah.
I'm confused about something.
Is it why the drive-through is showing up in grey and not red?
Yes, with a little orange line next to it. Yeah. I don't know what's happened.
The stream is haunted, Adam.
Bad enough having this commentator on it without it being haunted as well. Now Knight gets alongside BP and gets that move done as we see Bane head to the pits for his drive-through. So let's just we'll keep an eye on how far up through the field he gets as Shipper and Richard side by side through Cascades and out onto Lakeside. Michelle Shipper either gets that move done or I think actually defends from Richards. Yeah, it was a defend, but manages to hold on to that position. In fact, I think Matheson has just moved up into 5th ahead of Shipper. Stevie B in the chat whilst taking his drive-through, whacking in a drive-through emoticon, which is the wrong colour. It's red.
Yeah, because it was the same for Kovacic's drive-through at the start as well, and I thought it might have been just something for that particular kind of drive-through, but
exactly
yeah,
what I thought.
Yeah.
More action in the midfield then. We see Hamish Easner. They're trying their best to hold on ahead of Ash Knight, who's trying to recover from that lap 1 problem that saw him fired off into the gravel. Amy Sloopy is now following. Fantastic name, and thanks for the follow as well. Unfortunately not a boat though. So we've had trains, we've had planes.
No, I believe a sloop is a kind of boat.
Oh really? Okay, well that's great then.
I'm just checking with the fact checkers right now. Let's see.
Oh no! Ben P into the back of Ash Knight, and all kinds of problems for Ash Knight there. And Ash having to do the big rejoin. Let's take a quick replay of it if we can. Oh, we just missed it. But, yeah, Ben P into the back of Ash Knight. So we know it happened the other way round a couple of laps ago. But Ash down to 23rd now. And the big problem that he's got is in the shape of a clover leaf in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, luckily the livery isn't quite so sacrilegious to the great nation that is Ireland at the moment, with the lack of Lucky Charms branding. It's just a good old Irish flag. I'm just getting a message in my ear that a sloop is a sailboat with a single mast, typically having only one head sail in front of the mast. And
Are you for
one
real?
head sail aft. I am absolutely... So you requested someone to follow about a boat, and I believe they answered.
Oh, they did. I can barely concentrate on the fact that we've got 2 cars making contact going into the chicane. And now Richards up the inside of Shipper as well. Matheson's lost it in front of them. Richards finds a way into the back of Matheson, and it all kicked off. But I was thinking far too much about boats.
Making like 3 positions there. Of course, Shipper, another great nautical name.
Oh my god! yes, definitely. Okay, what other modes of transport do we need now?
Oh dear.
Okay. If we get a blimp follow us before the end of the feed, then that, and I'm not fussy. It can be an airship, a blimp, or an airship. I'm good with either. I think I need help. Ryan Davies is trying to hold off Koifel, who is trying to get through the field in his AMG Mercedes. We've then got Zvonimir Burek just behind in that DSRT liveried Aston Martin, and I'm only hesitating because I don't think I've ever seen Zvon so far down in an order, so I don't know what's happened to Zvon tonight, but having a bit of a struggle, and currently down in 16th place, and that's pretty low down in the pros, but BP with a fairly significant lead at the moment in the AM class. Just trying to get through the chicane safely, and does so on this occasion. But Johnny Seville out front is 3.5 seconds clear and romping it home once again.
Yeah, absolutely. I was having a look at the order there, and I was like, geez, how is Eisner ahead of BP still, even though he had to serve the drive-through? And of course, the drive-through was at the end of the last race, and a
Yeah.
new race has started in the meantime. But yeah, no, absolutely. Although that BP is ahead of, is that Koifel now? He's he's just extending that gap to Davies behind.
ETR Jetplane and Amy Sloopy have both been in chat now as well, so the modes of transport are uniting, and they're both cheering on Richards as well.
Which was the car you described as being almost like a boat. So I think this tracks. If you see what I did there.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Okay, now I do have another mode of transport, but it's going to take a bit of a stretch, and it is involving our glorious leader, Johnny Ashley. But what if I told you that he's such a great ride, he may as well be a bike?
Okay, anything bicycle related, push bike, motorbike, anything that can be ridden as... No, I'm not going to finish that sentence.
That's a very broad spectrum you've got there.
Oh dear, yes. The viewer who described our coverage as great earlier, now very much wanting a refund on their entry ticket, even though it was free. We see Tony Law and Willie Black side by side as they head up through Knickerbrook now, and they're climbing Clay Hill, which will then lead them round to Druids. And once again, it leads me to ask that question, and maybe your fact checker can help out on this one. Why does both Brands Hatch and Oulton Park have a corner called Druids?
It's the pagans, innit?
It's the pagans, innit? As Tony Law runs out wide, so this will give Willie Black a chance. I almost called him Willie Law, but he's not. He's Willie Black instead of Tony Law. And Willie is up the inside as they head into Old Hall. And that's going to be move done, I would imagine. And it is.
Yeah, Willie threw the book at him there. I laugh at my own jokes, it's okay. I'm my own best friend. It's good.
At least you've got one. Ooh, yellow flag for Zvonimir Burek. What's happened here? Is he going to be where I think he is? Yes, he is. Oh, and he's just reversed into that tyre wall. So let's go see if we can pick up what happened to Zvon. So he comes out onto Lakeside. And is he just going to carry too much speed? He does. Just drops it. Oh, so close to catching Lazewski. Oh, and then has to jump on the brakes, trying to get a rejoin on the go. And then reverses into the tyres. It's like Zvon's been drinking tonight. This is not the Zvon that we're used to.
Yeah, it's tricky. You just saw like it didn't take too much. Like he barely got the right side tyres onto the grass, and he was already spun around. So it can so easily happen to even the best of the drivers.
We've got another train. Look, there's 3 of them there. It's like a train.
All aboard!
Yeah. Maybe it would help if I did drink. Maybe it'd make more sense.
Yeah, I mean, oh dear, like it is. Oh, both cars running wide.
Yeah, so Eisner they ran out wide, and then BP followed as well. They both managed to get back on okay, and this battle continues. Now, of course, BP is as we see, that's McNichol just doing a spin turn in the background there to try and rejoin, and almost took these 2 out with them. But McNichol now tumbling down the order all the way down to 21st, and still trying to find a way back into the action. Stuck on the inside of Shell Oils there. What a costly mistake that was.
Yeah, doing a great job not to somehow collide with any of the other cars there. We have Richards making some moves, perhaps to get up to 5th place.
Yeah, Shipper, the car in front, just running out wide through Lodge. And this will give a nice run for Anthony Richards. Little tap as they go up across the stripe, and Richards just had to back out of it, but now seems to get a really good run in towards Old Hall. Will now try and tuck back inside. Gets a much better run out of turn 1. And these two now running down the hill towards Cascades. And Richards goes to the outside. What a move that is, if he can get it stuck, and he does indeed. Great move from Richards. Hydra up into 5th.
Yeah, that Shipper kind of found himself with the being on the left side of the track there, the dirty side. It is a lot trickier, as we see. He kind of just loses a little bit going into the left-hander, but a fantastic move by Richards to kind of seal his position there for 5th place.
Now look who's stalking their way up the field as well. Johnny Ashley up into 8th in this race, so having a much better run this time around than last time. And Johnny just starting to get on the back of that Richards, Shipper, Hearn queue. Let's call it a queue. It's not a train. Stop calling it a train. As we see Shipper off. Shipper's off. Is he going to hold the brakes there? He needs to be on the brakes. And everything's safe.
And reprieve.
Indeed. I was a little bit worried there, but all okay. Johnny getting very close to the back of Daniel Hearn now, though. So.
Yeah, you'll see he's actually able to, like his lap times have improved now that he actually has the Merc as it's intended to be driven, and not with a big post box on the front of the car, capable of taking parcels of many sizes.
I think what Hydra is referring to is the damage that Johnny had in race 1. Either that, or he's now trying to introduce delivery methods instead of... Johnny closes the door on Jelinek, and there is a touch there. Now, I believe from seeing the chat after the race that there was possibly some contact between these two in the last race as well. Jelinek looks to the inside at Island Bend, and this is getting very close down in towards Shell Oils. That is Shipper in the black and red car, now gets up the inside of Jelinek. And these two will now go side by side as they head down towards the chicane. You then got Matheson in close company as well. Side by side they go. Jelinek holds on from Shipper. All of this, though, Hydra, has given Johnny some breathing space.
Yeah, he's able to sail away into the distance, as we have quite the battle amongst the McLarens and the Porsche. Really had a lot of door bagging going on.
There is. They've all got away with it. Yeah, they have got away with it. I have no idea what that noise was, but I just channeled my inner Borat for a moment. Yeah, they've seemingly held on. You know those moments when you just see something happening and you're like, I don't really know what to say until I know what's actually going to happen. So you just end up with a funny noise instead.
It's the anticipation building which just drives the sounds out of the body. Just to touch back on, you know, what you're saying about, like, you know, now I'm going on to like delivery methods. Well, we do have the kind of like Dutch contingent with the Van der Veen, you know, so we've got, you know, perhaps it.
Yeah.
If we wanted to get really pedantic about things, you could say like a knight, generally speaking, is on horseback.
I mean, that is stretching it a little bit, but yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, is Hearn close enough to a hearse?
Oh no. I wouldn't have thought that at all.
Anyway, let's have a little look what's going on. So Ash Knight is in the pits, unfortunately. So things have unravelled from such a good performance last time around. Meanwhile, Isna trying to hold on from Koifel. So Isna doing a good job here for the Prismatic team. Koifel, though, trying to make their life very, very difficult as we head into the last 4.5 minutes of this race. Where are these two races gone tonight?
Yeah, they've really been quite action-packed both ways, like all the way through both races. I feel like we haven't really had too much of a bit to catch our breaths, except for when your PC kind of crashed. But
yeah,
like even in this, we'll say like there's just battles all over the shop.
Yeah, there certainly is. Earl of Ipswich, good evening, sir. Hope you're good. I also, Hydra, you're going to need to give me a virtual slap on the wrist.
Oh, why is that?
Because Princess JT arrived earlier, and I didn't welcome her correctly.
You didn't roll out the red carpet and address her as such?
Yeah, I did nothing of the sort, and I didn't even say hello at the time. So, JT, I'm ever so sorry. I hope you're still you're watching and listening and enjoying the slow destruction of my brain as we've gone through this race. I think that's a fairly accurate description of how this one's gone.
Yeah, I thought of another travel-related connection between some of our drivers. So the two Sharon brothers. Sharon, famously the boatman across the River Styx.
What?
Well, although it's spelled with a C, it's like Charon or. But yeah, in Greek mythology, he is a psychopomp, the ferryman of Hades who carries souls of the newly deceased who had received the rites of burial across the river Styx. There you go. We're just bringing it all at oNiD. We've got everything.
This is like an episode of QI.
Oh man, don't give us ideas.
oNiD QI. Yeah, Johnny would probably spell that IQ instead, but never mind. Koifel trying their best to get past Hamish Isna for that 11th spot. Looks like a good battle just in front, which is the Matheson and Shipper one continuing on. So let's stick with this, see what's going down as they head out through Old Hall. Shipper tries to switch back on Matheson. Matheson carries the speed through the corner but goes defensive as they head down the hill. So Shipper to the outside at Cascades. That'll be a tricky one to make stick, and doesn't. So Matheson stays ahead, and these two have had a right old ding dong all night, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely, and doesn't show any signs of relenting for the next 2 minutes. Just an update on our leader. He's still 7.5 seconds up in the lead. Is Johnny Seville with Matt Dixon in second. Will Dendy another 8 seconds or so behind in the Porsche for P3. So I think that was like a foregone conclusion, like fairly early on into this race. But like the rest of the pack, not waiting to just rest on the laurels, very keen on just battling for any scraps and positions they can climb.
And the leader has started the final lap. Now, I don't wish to correct you, but it's Miles Dixon, not Matt Dixon. The only reason I'm happy to correct you is Miles is also travel related.
Yes, absolutely. You are dead on. I don't know why I said Matt Dixon.
I don't know who Matt Dixon is, but I'm sure they're very good, but not as good as Miles Dixon, who's up in second and doing very well. Unlike Willie Black, who's 19.
I was just going to say, it's just like, if you can summon like boats to the chat, maybe I can summon like Matt Dixon out there. Please say hello in chat.
If anyone out there watching / listening is called Matt Dixon in right now, then please say hello in chat. Oh, this has descended into absolute carnage tonight, more so than it has on the track, which actually race 2 was a little bit action packed in terms of carnage, but nothing too bad. Yes, it's a good attempt, Hydra, but it says your name in front of it. And also, what kind of use of the English language is hello, IR Matt Dixon?
See, that wouldn't be a mistake I'd make. That must be someone else, surely.
Oh, really indeed. We're just picking up on Lazewski and Bain as Bain goes through at the hairpin. Gets past Artur Lazewski, and sorry, we completely missed it, but Johnny Seville has finished and taken the win. Here's Dixon across the line in second. Dendy is going to take third, but I want to pick up on any battles that we've got left to finish this race, and this is the main one on track right now. Luke Sherlock with the Sausage Dodgers racing team ahead of Willie Black as they head down into the chicane. Now they're going to turn right through Knickerbrook, and which was just a phenomenal corner go on the old classic layout of Oulton Park. But Willie Black now looking for a way to get up alongside as they go up Clay Hill and towards the right-hander at Druids. Willie trying to take the racing line and try and get the switch back. That's not the track, Willie. That was green, not grey. But okay, you try it, whatever you need to do. But I don't think he's going to get that one done unless the old Sausage Dodger has a moment through the final corner and doesn't. So 18th place is settled. In the meantime, I will give you a bit of a rundown of the finishing order. It was Seville, Dixon, Dendy, Sharon, Richards, Hearn, Ashley, then Jelinek, Matheson, Schipper, Eisner, Koifel, Ben P, Davies, Stephen Bain, Artur Lazewski, Richard Mazan, Luke Sherlock, William Black, Tony Law, Alberto Lintz, Didier Reuters, Graham Jackson, Christopher McNichols, Vomir Burek, Rob Jacks, Heike van der Veen, Norman Bruce, Max Savchuk and Sarah Stant. And we did lose a couple from that race, so just the 30 there to bring you at the end. But Hydra, that was action-packed start to finish.
Yeah, 100%. It was, yeah, like you said, like that 20 minutes just flew by. I just saw Jelinek there just congratulating Johnny on what was a fairly robust defense in the last few laps there. It looked like Jelinek was only about like half a second behind, so it was a fair play from Johnny to keep him there. But yeah, all up and down through the grid. Like, I mean, it's one of those things with these races that's always so great. Like, you have the likes of Seville, Dixon, Dendy and stuff who are like super quick, just like a dominant performance, we'll say, like start to finish. But then, like further down the pack, you just have all these like little battles just like kicking off. Maybe a driver goes off one place, whatever, and then he's like struggling to make up positions. We saw Richards in both races making up positions. I think it was P6 he finished in race 1, and then P5 after qualifying in 8th, which is like fantastic considering. And yeah, even the AMs putting on a show both times out, just like like it's what I love about the GT4 racing. Like, it's you wouldn't really have like 3 or 4 cars going into a corner in a GT3 race, really. And so you just see it like every few minutes in these ones, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah, it's a great place to see racing as well, and we've just seen some fantastic battles from these guys. Just checking in chat as well, because we've had a few of the guys post finishing have managed to come in here and give us some opinions, as I just bring up some of the highlights in the background. So yes, Heike describing it as awful. It's always tricky race, Heike, anything around Oulton Park. In good news, I think Oulton Park is the next destination for the rookies on Thursday, if I remember rightly. So you get to go again, or is that Donington? I can't remember. Anyway, that was some of the carnage at the start. Yeah, the instant panel will be working hard this week. Petter says Oulton is a beautiful track. It is. It's tough though. Max Savchuk, amazing races. Well done, everyone. Steve Payne managed to get back up to 3 track warnings. Good job.
Order restored.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, some very close fights. Michelle Chipper's sweating. Yes, I thought so. Yeah, Thursday night rookies is at Oulton Park as well. So fun times. Max Savchuk, it's over, but my heart is still racing. Yes, mine too. That was good fun. Now I'm just going to check because I've had a DM from Johnny, and the answer to that is yes. So I think Johnny's going to come join us in just a second in here. We can find out how things were going from his point of view. Johnny, good night for you in race 2. Bit of a wobble in race 1 and lots of damage, but overall thoughts?
Yeah, it was a good one. It was certainly interesting. The second race was definitely better than the first one, but we just won't talk about the first race.
No, fair enough. But race 2 was particularly good actually, and you came through to 7th overall and had a really good battle with Petr Jelinek. Managed to hold him off in the process. So a decent haul of points in race 2, really.
Yeah, no, it was really good. Even Petr had me sweating for a little bit, but I managed to hold him off, and yeah, it was the main thing really. It was just a matter of just keeping my cool and not trying to dive through the many chicanes at Oulton House. Indeed.
Now, some of the guys have found it more fun than others tonight. Interestingly, it's a bit of an Oulton Park week this week, isn't it? Because the rookies are here on Thursday night in GT3 cars. That is rookies in GT3s around Oulton Park. Huh?
Yeah, I think that was a Alex Parkin choice. He must be a sadist.
Yeah, just a bit. Sorry, I was just dealing with somebody in chat who was trying to link to all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I think Thursday night he's going to be entertaining. But anyone who's not racing in the rookies on Thursday night, what else could they do, Johnny?
So Thursday we actually have our, as everyone knows, the US DLC is coming out for ATC. So we're having a launch event. We're having GT3s for 45 minutes around D-Stack's favourite, Watkins Glen.
That'll be good. That'll be
We
good.
don't have any Glens on staff, do we? No
We
name
have any
Glen?
what? No, we don't have any Glens, no.
Get on that, Johnny. Come on. We need a proper representation for the US DLC.
On board from Glen going around Watkins Glen.
We need somebody whose surname is Cota as well.
Who has a surname Coates?
Well, I don't know. But if you listen back to the stream from tonight, then you'll notice that I think both Hydra and I have maybe lost the plot somewhere along the way tonight.
Yes, thank you for the bike comment.
The what?
The bike comment.
Oh dear, he was listening.
I'm always listening.
Yeah, ooh, that's not at all creepy.
Well, then you know that we need adult supervision at all times.
I need an adult. Yes, yeah, we may have got a little bit carried away tonight, but some good fun out there. But Johnny, the worst thing that happened tonight, did you hear it?
Maybe, remind me.
I didn't give JT her proper welcome.
I know, and I have to apologise on behalf of oNiD for Adam's ineptness. So
What, just in relation to that, or in general?
just in general, yeah. So no, we must at all times be announcing JT's arrival.
I've got a feeling she left as well because she's not here
done?
anymore.
I'm going to put it in the rules, I think.
In the stream rules, in fact, right, Ben, we need to get a JT has arrived alert.
Yes,
set up. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. So, where does the action take us next week, Jean Noir? See, Hydra, what I do is I love to throw these questions at Johnny, just so I can then hear him go.
Oh, I've logged out of SGP. I've done well here. We are at Barcelona next week.
Ooh, oh, that's an interesting track for GT4s. Nice long straight there. Ooh,
Yeah, we know how well the AMG goes around there. So
yeah, we do. Ginetta bad time though, you'd imagine.
Yeah.
yeah,
Big F in
definitely.
chat for Genettas.
And
Anyway,
KTMs.
I just want to cut across both of you and officially welcome Hydronox, Mr. Paul O'Grady, into the oNiD dysfunctional family.
Oh, thank you for the second welcome I've had this stream.
Okay.
Opened and closed the stream with it. Very nice. I could
That's
get
how
used to
important.
this.
That's how important you are, Hydra.
Nice. I could get used to this. Just gonna throw a shout out to Extreme Beef in the chat. Maybe he's watching, maybe he's not. But we have a race on Xbox tomorrow evening at Bathurst, which I think no one is looking forward to. Someone was doing a 203, I think it was Chaos, and I was like, a 203 on Bathurst on console is ridiculous. Please buy a PC.
No. Don't want well, I've always been bugging Chaos to buy a PC. I think it'd be amazing over this side. But yeah, he's ridiculously quick. I don't think I've hit. I think the closest I ever got near him, I finished third in an ACC Xbox race once, and he was first. I think that's the closest on track I've ever been.
Well, I'm sure he's lapped you a few times.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
Oh, Beef is saying Chaos was doing a 202 earlier.
Wet.
That's good to know. I'm at least 3 seconds off pole then.
Yeah, so Stevie managed to get one drive through tonight, Johnny. Which,
I got one as well.
Yeah, he said he was jealous of you in race one, so...
I got a drive through and your computer won't pop.
Yes. Is that what caused it, do you think?
I think so.
Right, okay.
It knew.
Yeah, so there we go. So, anything you wanted to ask Johnny Hydra before we close out for the night?
Oh, well, I mean, he already answered where we're going next week. Yeah, no, nothing's springing to mind.
Good. Well, in which case, I think we're just about done for the evening.
Oh wait, no. Okay. Quick question, Johnny. Which mode of transport is your favorite?
The Bentley boat.
Wow, I didn't think that there was the wrong answer, but he somehow managed to find it.
I really wanted someone to really join the fun with the name Zeppelin in there somewhere. I thought
Yes,
that was great.
I was waiting.
That was the blimp you were looking for, Adam.
Oh dear. I mean, if I'd just had a mirror here, then I would have got blimp as well, but never mind. Anyway, I think we are just about done for this evening before we descend back into this level of chaos once again. But look, to all of you who have been here with us throughout the evening, first of all, my apologies. Second of all, thank you for joining us. It's been great to have you along. And in terms of action this week, there's the Xbox stuff that Hydra just mentioned tomorrow night. There is Jimmy Broadbent powered by oNiD NASCAR racing on AC tomorrow night. Then Thursday we've got the Watkins Glen 45-minute shenanigans on at the same time as the rookies, and the rookies will be streamed here, so don't go drive with Johnny, come watch the rookies with Jimbo, Mancy and whoever joins him in the comms box on Thursday. And then Friday, Johnny, you and me are back on the stream team.
You're on your own, mate.
So Friday, I'm back on the stream team.
Yeah, work's due when free beer is calling, unfortunately.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, you should still join. yeah, so me on my own on Friday, and then obviously on Sunday we'll be back once again like the Renegade Master with all of the Sunday action. So there we go. Lots going on this week. Not a moment to relax, except that's exactly what I'm off to go and do right now. So Hydra, thanks so much for your help through tonight's stream.
Thanks for having me. It was great fun as always.
Indeed, and we'll see some of you later on this week. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you again.